summer breeze. The haunted wailing of a steam train, it takes me back and sets my spirit free. My parents died when I was just a boy. They sent me to my aunt in Tennessee. But in those hills I stumbled on the railroad. I knew right then it was the life for me. I still can hear the steam escaping and see the mighty men who made her go. The smoking fire hung in the air and called out to my soul, pointing to the path I had to go. The gleaming of the engines took my breath away. Folks boarding trains to head on down the line. All the sights, all the sounds were like a siren call. Come away, come see what you might find. Now that I am so much older, the heartache and the pain has surely changed. But now my blood is of the railroad. It's got my heart, it courses to my veins.
Hello everyone and welcome to something a little bit different. This is Railroad Tycoon 3 and I do apologise for it being 4x3. I have modified or got some modified files so I can A, run the game on Windows 10 and B, have it in a large enough widescreen resolution. But unfortunately, that isn't translating through to my OBS for some reason. But anyway, why are we playing such an old game? Well, one simple reason, and that is this is my first train game. This is where it all started for me. I never got in on Railroad Tycoon 1 or 2. I come in at Railroad Tycoon 3. And this, what set me up for years. I played this so much, and when Train Fever come along, and that's how I discovered Slim Gaming, was because I was looking for something to replace this. I tried Sid Meier's Railroads. I wasn't a fan. Thought it was a backward step to this game. So yeah, Train Fever just launched and Slim Gaming was putting out videos, and that's how I got involved with his channel. And yeah, let's jump in, shall we? We're going to go for a new campaign. We're going to run through this, and can't guarantee we're going to finish the level in a video, but we'll see how we get on. I'm going to do it easy mode because I have run through it on normal. I think I might have even completed it on hard back in the day, but for the sake of these videos, just a bit of fun nostalgia, will go easy.
Well, hello there. It's right good to see you. The museum's supposed to be closed today, but I guess it's okay if you look around. I was down in the boiler room fixing that darn contraption again. Can't complain, though. That's why they keep me around here. Seems I'm one of the few geezers left that know anything about this old stuff. I thought I'd come upstairs and see who was here. Guess I ain't gonna get a nap with you around. Oh, I'm just funning you now. Right glad for the company, actually. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're looking at all them highfalutin display cases. They tell a story of some pretty influential people from the old days. Powerful industrialists they call tycoons. Right pretty name for the bad ones. Reckon it ain't good enough for the honorable ones. They were all men of action, though. Changed the world, they did. But they all started off same as regular folks like you and me. Oh, you think you could build an empire of your own if you'd gotten started in them days? Well, why don't you give it a try, then? Click on that first display case on the left there and get started. They don't bite. Go ahead.
Right, so there we go. I do apologise for screen size, as I say once again. Reason when you change screens, it flips us about. Right.
You seem fixed on this here scenario. Time's a-wasting. Why don't you press the display again and begin? This here's about the American West. Well, west of New York City anyhow. You see, the nation hadn't been able to use much of the land west of the Appalachian Mountains because it was just too difficult to move goods to and from those markets. Well, the trains changed all that. Now, the nation had a quick and reliable form of transportation. Go west, the man said. And so they did, by the trainload.
Go west, the man said. Indeed. So. Won't see this in post editing, but I am having to actually flip back and forth because depending on the screen, to up in different resolutions in OBS. Anyway, right. Let's have a look at what we got here. So, the Erie Canal opened the Great Lakes and the interior of the United States to the markets for the East Coast in 1825. 15 years have passed and demand in the burgeoning interior is growing rapidly. Been given a charter to connect the industrial East Coast to the blossoming Midwest. So for a bronze, we've got to connect Boston to Buffalo before 1866. Silver, do it by 1861, and gold, connect Boston to Buffalo before 1856. So special conditions on this scenario campaign: you cannot build unconnected track, you cannot resign nor be removed as chairman of your company. Yes. So this has a bit of a political side to it. It has politics, it has claimed stocks and shares once we get into it. And this is what a lot of people have said, oh, can we have this, can we have that, for transport fever too. And it all comes back to these days, Railroad Tycoons. And, I'd love there to be a new Railroad Tycoon. But I'm not that desperate for it that I want Transport Fever to become the next one with all this political stuff. Because I think Transport Fever is a great game on its own merit. So anyway, we're going to jump into it. After this video, I'm not going to show off the intro videos for everyone, because, as I say, I have to keep resizing in OBS each time we change screen. Like some screens will show as 4:3 that you're seeing now, other ones it's like a postcard. So anyway, we zoom out the map. If you zoom out, it kind of twists the map as well, depending on where your mouse is. So we've got to go from Boston, is there, and connect to Buffalo by 1861. So we've got 21 years to do it. And I can't remember how I used to do it. I think I used to run through via Poughkeepsie to Albany and basically Utica, Syracuse, Rochester, and into Buffalo. Because the terrain down here is nothing to be sniffed at. And we all want to get to Altoona. Because you know anything about the real world? So Altoona's there, so around here somewhere would be Horseshoe Curve. Obviously the train's not completely accurate. But anyway, let's get into it. Can I remember how to play? First things first, start new company. So I'm going to go for all the cash. We're going to become the TrainswithNick Railroad. Use the logo. Pigs might fly. Oh, I like that one. What's that? There you go. You can see our company. And go to company detail. See all this great stuff. Look. And you can see shares. So this is our personal shares. We've got minus 22k at the minute. Purchasing power 114k, so we could, in theory, buy shares in our own company, make money, so on and so forth. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's choose how quick the game is to build bridges or tunnels. Rather than manipulate it, choose from there and it will try and build best it can your commands. Let's lay some. Now, if you zoom in it down level and then zoom out, it can be a pain in the rear sometimes. Can drop the station in anywhere, but I think you can also lay your track first and then attach station. Good. Drag out. Go 60k. And yeah. So we can pop our auto start station. So you can see you can do all these different styles of station as well. You can do a small station, you can do a large station. We've just gone for the medium one. Also, put surface towers and maintenance towers down as well. I'm gonna pop that there. Pop that there. We're gonna build around to see. Give us different colours on how severe gradient is. The ideal scenario is to keep that in the green whenever possible. Right. So need large station. You can see if you build a small station, it doesn't necessarily cover everything. And we're gonna put medium station in here at Lowell, and we're gonna buy a train. We've got two options at the moment. We've got a Norris 420 or a Planet 220. And up here, look, gives you all your information. So cost, the annual maintenance of it. Fuel economy is atrocious on this planet. Okay. Acceleration, reliability, passenger appeal. The engine type. And it also tells you, depending on the grade, how many cars you can pull. I want a Planet. Set up a route 1 to 2. And you can see, set up at the moment, carry anything and everything. But you can go in here and say, right, I want you to have a minimum of 2 cars before travelling, and I want maximum of 6 cars or 4 cars currently set. So it works completely different to what we're used to, where you transport people, you select your wagons, and but you can do custom consists and put specific wagons on, and apply consists to all stations in this route. So essentially the train will not leave with at least 2 wagons of something, which at the moment we've got it set to any cargo. And I'm gonna hit buy. There you go, it's loading, and this here tells you how much delivery profit that train's going to make. Now that will drop over time, because the longer a train takes, the more cash it seems to drop off as we're going along. So we're going to set the game to game speed normal. Hopefully, I'm going to watch this train go along. On the eye. This button, yeah. Okay, do that. There's our first little train making its way. See, I've double tracked this section here. So when we get a couple of trains running, it's not going to be a problem. Click that. Get to that window. Allow us to follow the train up here. Now the really cool thing is, when a train's invisible like that, another train will pass through it. And if you were to have a single track line, you don't have to signal it, because trains can pass through each other. Basically, you can either set the priority, or the fastest moving train will go through first, and the other train will go semi-opaque like that, and we'll have to come to a stop to let it pass and then continue on. There we go, we've got our first train running. Cool thing you can do, you can buy in to industries, and what you can do is you can look at this, you can see producers, the users, these green arrows. The current demand, the produce, current demand to Edison and New York. What we can do is we could build a little branch line out here. Take advantage of our farms out here. A place for a house there. See? Not much of a demand for the grain. Where to? Here? No, we only want a track game. What? Got it. Yeah. Buttons. I am about there. I think is going to be middle. That is going to get both of our farms. Picture. Excellent. And we're going to buy another train. Going to go. For. And if you don't click that, apply this consist to all stations in this route. You'll notice they nothing goes back. Nothing gets loaded at Boston to go back to Providence. Is exactly what we want. And here we can see our train is coming opaque while it loads up. Okay. So, end of year, you get a look. You can see our revenues, our profit, load miles hauled, revenue per load mile, average speed. Investors somewhat pleased with your performance. Your salary remains at 10 at year. It's not bad. And as I say, you can go into this with quite in depth. You can have a look at our trains, for example. See that it's going to need water soon, that one. When that comes to that water tower, I imagine that's going to stop now. See the profit for 1840, lifetime profit. Industry, we don't own any industries yet. Efficiency, really go in depth. Oh, look. There goes our little train. Going now, cargo. Now, we can say, oh, that's making a loss. It's not transporting any goods. What happens if we buy that fruit orchard? Do we think we could cover our overhead? Or buy the corn farm? I'm going to do that. If we will realise any profit or loss on this operation. Yep. Go for it. We own ourselves a corn farm. Now, And also buy shares. Other railroads. Not buy 1,000 in each of those. If you don't know what that actually does say, cash mine is 162, but because of the stock value, you've got a purchasing power of 43k. And if you're looking on the mini map, you can see we've brought stocks and shares in both of these railroads down here. Now, got our first railroads running. Now, it's worth looking at what we can do. Continue on our railroad. Turn the light on. It is dark, and we want to see what we're doing. We could carry on to Manchester, or use Lowell as a starting point. I'm tempted to do. That we are going to build line through Worcester. Oh, and you also get updates through the newspapers, so economy forecast growing prosperity. Investors cheer as economy surges ahead. So if I just pause that, you'll see that the value of these shares have all gone up. My purchasing power is already jumped up to 58k from 43. You can also have a look at these guys as well. And that 10k a year we get paid go against that cash there. That's all very in-depth, very good for the time, has to be said. We want station here at Worcester. Small station, actually big enough for I. Yeah. What we also want is I'm going to put water there, maintenance bed just outside Lowell. The reason for putting that there is that maintenance shed can now deal with trains going both ways. I do apologise if I'm teaching people to suck eggs here. Not intentional. So now we've only got the Norris 420. Go Lowell to Worcester. Go with less. So, right, we can attach a caboose which reduces the train's breakdown chance by 50%, but it's going to put extra weight on. Put a dining car on that increases the train's passenger revenue by 20%. Now that only works if you've got passengers on. Now, we're going to build a express at some point, and we'll put that on there. But for now, just going to stick with our 2 plus 4. I'm actually going to go 2 and 5. Got a bit more powerful train now. As you can see, anything up to a 4% grade, we're still going to keep moving. We're going to be fine. Now loading at Lowell. Flint. And you can add dots to your lines as well. So up comes the magic book again. And investors somewhat pleased. And they've increased our salary to 11k. The average speed is up to 8 miles an hour. revenue per load mile. This is kind of one to keep an eye on. Revenue per load mile, $510, and obviously your profit. As long as you got profit, fine. Go into hauls. The load haul gone up slightly. Revenue per load mile gone up. And it breaks it down into express and freight. The revenue per loco is dropped. However, remember we've just added a new train. Not too worried about that at the moment. Right, on to our next stop, which I think is gonna be Hartford. But best way. That's quite hilly. Through there. So thinking what we want to be doing and down through here. Your company has been given an anonymous donation of 100k. Seems someone wants you to succeed. Now you will get random things like that sometimes. I want to bring that down. There. There. Now you're gonna have to bridge. Like so. Turn off the lamp. And there. It's got to see a fun thing there. If you click anywhere on this minimap, you can be transported immediately. You can see what the opposition are doing and wonder why on earth have they built that route over the mountain when they could have gone round. That is insane. What are these guys doing? Edison in New York, that's great. Now, one other thing you can do on here. Attempt a merger. We could offer buy their shares, $30 a share. That's going to cost us 660k. So we're going to do that. Merger fails. The votes in favour 1,000. Other investors with 4,000. As you can see, James Fisk voted against, and other investors 14,000 also voted against. Now, one thing you can do to try and boost that. See, they're just going downhill. What we can do is we can buy more shares in that railroad. We're not going to do that. Not yet. We are going to go to Bridgeport. The reason we're going to go to Bridgeport is I'm going to aim to get into New York. Builds and servicing on the way. We look at our trains. Oh, boom times ahead. Excellent. Little Lowell train. We're going to say 1 minute. Lowell, Worcester. Want you to go to Bridgeport. Then want you to go back to Worcester. Now go along. Look. Okay. It's going to do that. Now, it isn't as intuitive as Transport Fever, where you can just click on the station and add them in. But it works. Once you're used to the system. But there are cool things you can do. Look, replace the engine. Rubber stamp which copies it. You know, so many things you can do. So, whilst we're waiting for these trains to run through to the end of the year, have a look at our other options. So, have a look at stations and see what's waiting there. Providence, 0.4 freight. Providence is actually our little. It's here. Now I'm going to name that Providence Farms. You can rename stuff as well. It's all there. As you can see, constantly getting upgraded or updated, sorry, in the top left hand corner of everything that's going on. Now, there we go. End of year. The revenue per load mile was 510 last year. It's gone down slightly. Our profits are up. And our salary's going up as well. Excellent. As you can see, shares are going down. Look at that. Book value per share, 28. So I wonder, could we nab in and buy that? I think realistically the answer right now is no. Profit 5k. We're actually a little short on money at the moment. About we start building stuff. As here at Lowell, that's a bit of an interchange. If we built a hotel, it's going to cost 100k. But hotels profit off of passenger traffic at nearby stations. Hotels do especially well in hubs where passengers switch from one train to another. Multiple hotels will cannibalize each other's sales. So, these don't click to track. We would pop that near our station here. I reckon that's going to make us let's just speed up. Syracuse and Watertown has borrowed $500 million in debt. Making a loss at the moment. Over here. Train 1 has arrived at Boston, 107k. Wow. I wonder if we put out money, whether we could buy a little line, or whether that's just going to plunge us into debt. I think that's going to plunge us into debt, if I'm honest. what would look what it's cost over the water? 41. I do it. You allow me to build from there? I don't know. I'd say investors are annoyed at me now. Taking all their money. Probably. Issue bonds. Ooh, there you go. Can't support the dividend. We could issue bonds. A credit rating, AAA. So interest rate, and go ahead and do the bonds. That works. Very similar in a lot of ways to getting a loan out. Let's build our line there. That's train. Gonna run back and forth between those 2 points. Now we will have to pay a fee for running on their rails. Luckily, it's only a short section there. See? Make profit of 169k. 164, additional 4k, so yeah, that works well. The Syracuse Watertown has borrowed another $500,000 in debt. So we would be a fool to buy into that. Oh, look at this. Altoona is offered a £100,000 bonus to the first railroad to connect to it. The problem is, we are currently here, our railroad. Altoona's over here, and we need to get here. So, we can do that. And cool thing about this is, look, you go to Altoona on the map, it will say 100k. So you don't have to remember where these bonuses are. Right. Did you see that? Syracuse and Watertown have gone bankrupt, and investors are somewhat pleased with their performance. Excellent. So they are done for. And there you go. Didn't show you that before, but you can go down here and see what your task is. But with that said, I'm going to cut this video here. In January 1845. Now remember, we've got until... You can bring this up at any time. If you click here, see, reminder, 1856 is our target. So we've got 11 years to make it up the Hudson River, across Syracuse, and out to Lake Erie and Buffalo. Will we do it? Tune in to find out next time, because yeah, that is where this video ends. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I think this is a great game considering its age. As I say, I do apologise that you can't see it in widescreen, but moving forward, we're going to try and stick with the resolution we've got. I think it works. I think you can gather enough of what's going on. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think we should, well, do you think we should continue on with a series of this? Or do you think I should divert my attention elsewhere? Machine Key is coming. Don't worry about that. This isn't going to take over from Machine Key. Yes, I've just started Loco as well. This isn't going to take over from Loco either. Loco is going to be a bit of a slow burner because essentially I'm going to be waiting for them to add things to the game that I can then show off to you guys. I am going to, next time you see it, the network's going to be a bit more fleshed out. And yeah, so I'm going to do that off screen. It's because I don't think there's a whole lot for you to see than me spending hours building tracks, because I'll be honest with you, the route I built over an hour in that first video. You're going to be able to go see that video by following the link at the end of this one. Just go click on it, check it out. I think the game's got great promise. Anyway, I'm waffling as I always end up doing at the end of the video. So click us a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.